Hello and welcome to Survive the Unexpected with your host Frank Pacino and my partners in crime, Amanda Bryant and Jason Hanson. And we are back with Big Brother 24. So we're going to talk about how we feel about the season as we kind of hit the midway point as we hit the jury stage, and we'll talk about the current players moving forward and our predictions. Um, but what do you guys feel? How do you guys like Big Brother 24 so far?
I'll go first, I
Liking
guess.
it so far.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, so I was a later Big Brother fan, so I didn't watch any live season until 2 years ago, 22, which was like one of the most fucking shit seasons. But anyways, like I sort of got into it after being like a big Survivor fan and playing orgs. And like out of 22, 23, 24, this is by far the one I've enjoyed the most so far, like watching live. So I think it's been a solid season. The cast is good. The people who were like pieces of shit are gone. So like that makes it a little better too. There's still a few like people I don't care for left, and like out of like the people left, I think only like half of them have a chance of winning. But there's some very strong competitors, and I think it generally is like been a good season and has been fun to watch so far.
I agree. It's been entertaining to watch, and I feel like we haven't had an entertaining season in quite a long time. I apologize if I sound horrible. I'm sick. But I think it's been entertaining. I actually look forward to watching now, whereas the past couple of seasons I've either been burnt out or just haven't enjoyed it at all. I like it more so than I did 21, and maybe not as much as 20, but definitely more than 19. So it's definitely one of the better that we've had the past 5, 6 years, if I had to say. Um, so I have enjoyed it. I like the cast. I think that they're at least entertaining. I wish it wasn't so production heavy because I could tell they feed them lines of the DR. I could tell that they really push people for like a certain personality, like Jasmine's accent, or
Oh
they
my
make sure
god!
that
Don't get me started with Jasmine's accent.
yeah, and like even just like Joseph like having his shirt off all the time. That could be him, but I think they really like play that stuff up. You know what I mean? Like I just want to see people be themselves. And like that's when we get good Big Brother, when you get normal people and they're playing the game, not
Yeah.
not production fed people. So if I had to, give it my one complaint, I would say, it's just a little production heavy for me. But I feel like the cast is probably one of the better casts we've had in a while. I definitely like it more than the All Stars cast, and that's terrible saying that.
Season was fucking so shitty. Like
It
honestly,
was.
So I think Big Brother 23 cast overall was better. My biggest issue with Big Brother 23 is that they had zero blind sides besides the one, and that was Kylan.
Yeah.
That's what the
so
season,
boring.
yeah.
So boring.
So like the first, like the pre-jury phase of Big Brother 23 was really good, but then we predicted that if it gets down to the cookout, Xavier's gonna win the game, and and like it was historic to see the cookout win, get to that far, but it still was kind of a draggy moment because we felt like once it got there, we knew where it was gonna go. This season we've had a couple twists and turns, which also helps with the entertainment value. I think the top to bottom last year's cast was better than this one, but um the this cast is willing to blindside people and play the
Right.
game instead of playing nice Big Brother and filling everybody out in the vote and giving people pity votes. And we really have only had like one or two one vote. That was it. It was his last vote. That was Daniel's. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
He
like
made
this.
it entertaining himself. Like we didn't have, I mean, though it wasn't a blind side, he still made it entertaining for it to
Yeah,
go. So we've had good evictions so far. I think
and
that's
they
what we
still like.
liked about
I
the
mean,
season.
he wasn't originally nominated either. Like they had the intention of, like I think Michael had smart thinking where I think it's smart if you have someone like Daniel who the whole house wants out to not nominate them at first, so they can't are less likely to compete in the veto competition. So that way you can like put them on the block later and like change your nominees. Like I think it's smart. I think Michael played that really well.
Me too.
What do you guys think about that? Like,
I mean, yeah, he did it fine. To me, he should have won the veto unless he was going to make the move because he had so much make a move against somebody else besides Daniel because he just won an unnecessary veto. He didn't need to win.
He's made himself way too much of a threat, I think, at
Way
this
too
point.
much.
But I'm just saying, like, do you like this strategy of putting up people you don't have intention of getting out just so that your target can't claim the
backdooring him.
veto
Yeah,
comp?
I mean that's the
I feel
way to
like
go.
Yeah.
I feel like when you play cards and there's that one person that plays cards and they go all in every single hand, all in, all in, all in, all in, and just every round. And but that's what I feel like that's what Michael is doing every single round. He's just going all in because he knows if he doesn't, he's gonna lose. And he's gonna get voted out. I think he's just trying to play like I think he already made himself a huge target without even meaning to, maybe the first like week or two. And then now he just is going to be going all in every single round because he doesn't have any other choice because he knows as soon as he doesn't have like I feel like Michael doesn't have that almost like charisma to talk him out of being the vote. Once he's the vote, he's gone.
I think you have to get him out before 6 though, because if you don't get him out before 6, he's going to be able to win vetoes and save himself.
I think, like, out of the leftovers, like, he will be targeted before some of the others. Like, I know you might disagree, Frank, but like you said, Joseph, but I think that Michael is like the one who will be targeted just because of his comp history and him being such a super fan. Like, he's so smart. Like, he's a member of Mensa too. Like, he's literally like a certified genius. Like, not only does he know like Big Brother and win comps, but he's also like just a super fucking smart person. So
I just think that one of Monty or Joseph will be gone next week.
But I think Monty goes before Joseph. I know you,
but unless he's got the bad draw.
Yeah.
Because think about it, if Monty's with Kyle, Brittany, on all these people, and then they win HOH.
Wait, they didn't draw. They didn't draw yet, did they?
No,
I didn't think so. Yeah. So I was like, so I'm not totally caught up on like the last couple, like the last day or so live feeds. I stay in touch with them, but I wasn't sure if they actually drew for like that yet.
They won't draw until Thursday.
Yeah, so that will play a huge factor too, like depending on what happens with that.
I think one of those two will be gone next week. Well, not this week, but the week after that for the double. It's just unless they somehow get lucky and both be on the same side with all the leftover, like even some of the leftovers want to target them. That's the big issue.
Yeah,
like Michael and Brittany and Kyle all want to target them.
So that's why you think. So you think Kyle's in like the driver's seat?
So I did a couple days ago this week. So it's been a mess. I know you're not all caught
Alyssa hooked up in the have-not.
Yeah, that's not the reason why. It's because it's so what's going on right now is Kyle won the veto and
yeah.
So he was supposed to remove Terence, I believe, and they were going to put up Joseph, and then Indy was going to go home. And then everybody else, or Taylor and Joseph, were talking. It's like, why don't we put Alyssa up? And Kyle's like, I'm not putting Alyssa up. He's like, why would I veto Terence off and have Alyssa go up? That's just going to, for one, she's going to be super pissed at me. It's not going to do me anything good. That doesn't benefit my game at all, which it doesn't. And so there's been a big tug of war about it. But Kyle won the veto, so he's like, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah.
To me, I think Kyle's the best player.
I wouldn't use it either, but I do too. My thing is the showmance is it's hard to get to the end. So I think once
I think showmance is a benefit of a lot of winners.
Sort of like Jackson, so the last one we've seen who had one. But I mean,
let's see. Last season, was there that? No, there wasn't really any. I guess Kyland and Tiffany did the
No,
things.
that wasn't how a showman's really.
Right. But a lot of times it does help. It does
It,
help.
it can, but like at least I think nowadays, like if they can figure that out, like at least if I'm a player, I'm like, I'm not letting that showman's get to the end. So I mean,
Yeah, but
they might
it,
not all be thinking like that.
yeah.
But
So, it's just to me
I
like
love Kyle though. I would love to see him dominate this game because he's played a killer game.
he played good, but he also plays so bad at the same time. It kills me. He plays so good, and then all of a sudden he plays so bad in a drop of the hat, and just baffles my mind.
Yeah, if he could just tuck it in, like
So it just I just don't get it. I'm like, dude, it's like I don't understand. But to me, like one of the best things about the season was the house flip. Was it week 2?
yeah, it was once the people who felt Taylor was treated poorly, like against basically,
Mm-hmm.
like they all formed the Leftovers Alliance, which is Kyle, Michael, Brittany, Taylor, Joseph, Monty, and Turner,
Mm-hmm.
and they've pretty much like ran the game like since then, I would say.
So it was really good because, well, Kyle got information from Alyssa. They didn't show this on the show, about alliance, about the girls alliance and the old school alliance, which they never even acknowledge on the show.
Right.
Yeah,
and-
I know of it because of the feeds and
Right.
the
And so
Reddit. Yeah,
he used that information to create the leftovers. So Kyle is the one who initially created the leftovers without
Kyle
that
definitely
information.
was the starter of that. Yeah,
And that blind side was great. Seeing Amira go up,
yeah,
so good.
That was really good, and that was
yeah. It was nice, even though that's my home.
Turner. That was Turner doing that, correct?
Yep. And he had a good nomination speech. Was just like, yeah, give it
Yeah.
to him. And her thinking that she had the votes all week, and everybody telling her she's good, and of course she gets blindsided. And she tries at first when she goes out there, she's like, "Oh, I kind of had a feeling," but her face told a different story.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that was great. I loved all that. And then how could we forget when Nicole gets voted out? So Alyssa was gonna go home. And he Monty tells
Oh my god,
Daniel
so
and Nicole, don't use the veto because Nicole will probably go home. And Daniel's like,
And he fucking does it anyway.
Daniel's like, he must not have the votes for you. That's why he doesn't want me to use it, because he knows you would stay. We're gonna use it.
It's definitely a Marcella situation, 100% right there.
So
Or
bad.
not
So bad.
Marcellus, a Lawan. It was definitely
Lawan?
a Lawan situation right there. Yeah, because Lawan got voted out thinking he was going to get a superpower and come back into the game. So it reminds me of that in the sense of like, oh, well, I'm going to use it because that's what they don't want me to do, and completely just fuck his own game up. He ruined his own game there.
And Pooch was a disaster too, another blind side too.
Oh my
Daniel's
god.
exit
So like,
speech though was so good.
so all right. Can I speak my thoughts on Pooch?
Go ahead.
Yes.
So I really think like he could have been in a pretty good spot, but then like he could have been part of the Leftovers. Like he was in with like all those people pretty much, but then he offered himself up as a pawn, which if you are a Big Brother fan, you know, like you never fucking do that.
Never
So,
offer to be the pawn.
yeah.
It's
So,
crazy. I think that I agree though. I think that he could have been right up there with. I mean, obviously Joseph's top of the top right now. I mean, it reminds me of like Brett and Winston. Like once Winston left, Brett was on his own and did a lot better.
100%, yeah.
And that's exactly what's going on here. Is once now that Pooch is out, Joseph was able to rise instead of fall without his alliance member, and now he's kind of clean on to Monty.
Mm-hmm. So the first boot, Paloma, she was something. She was a mess.
God,
and she's been
yeah.
not
Oh
great
my
since she
God.
left the house either. So it's
She thinks the live feeds are
like
edited.
to me, she was not mature enough to play Big
No.
Brother.
She goes, the live feeds are edited. You can't see everything. It's just like, girl, it's not.
this is what kills me. You guys know that when you apply for Big Brother, you have to pass a psychic analysis. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you just apply and get lucky and pick like the lottery. Like you have to go through extensive like they will interview you and counsel you and like make sure you're sane enough to handle it. How did she like escape through the cracks of that? Like I just don't.
I don't know.
I don't understand how they were able to how she was able to get in there against all these other people. It just shows you like how much Big Brother recruits, and they don't recruit because of gameplay. They recruit because of looks.
Mm.
They're like the half the people who play Big Brother now are like they're more caring about being like Instagram like influencers after rather than
Well,
and
Big
like
Brother,
I know none of us
Big Brother
like
in
that.
other countries is huge, like way bigger than America. Like Big Brother in other countries, like Big Brother contestants in other countries are like celebrities almost. You know, so I mean, like
Big Brother
I feel
used to
like
be like that.
yeah, it used. I mean, it used to be like that, but it's not like that in America nowadays. It's on the same level as like Love Island. You know what I mean? Like The Circle. So, but like I think that's like just I don't mean to, like change subject so fast, but like Indy watches Big Brother Brazil. I think
Yeah.
Indy was going in thinking like, oh, like I'm already halfway famous now. You know what I mean? Almost in a way. I was like, she doesn't understand that it's not as big deal in America as it is like maybe in
I think
Brazil
Big
or
Brother
South
Brazil is
Africa or
definitely a different game too. I think
it is too.
so. It's
So
not
it's
like an
like
actual
Yeah,
game.
it's not. I've never seen it, but I don't think it's like totally similar.
no. So it's like it's very interesting to see like how I don't know, like they're casting influencers because these influencers want to be celebrities, but they're not going to be celebrities to Big Brother.
Yeah.
Who's the
So
most famous person for Big Brother?
Dan Giesling,
famous. I don't know if I call him famous.
Dr. Will, Evil Dick.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want.
There's no one's like super fit. Like I feel like
no one's huge from it like Survivor.
Like Boston Rob, like I
had
feel
all
like
these shows he went to and everything.
Yeah.
Probably
bigger name than any of the Big Brother winners, but I don't know. Who would you say is the most recognizable Big Brother player? I don't like
most recognizable Big Brother player.
Yeah,
Dr. Will.
Dr. Will.
I agree.
Janelle.
Yeah, it's gotta be Will.
Janelle, Dr. Will, Kaser.
Kaser's a good one.
I put Kaser on a little bit lower level than them, but yeah, I would say Janelle, Will, and Dan.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul maybe. Well, because the reason why I say Kaser is because like the casuals love him and some of the hardcore fans love him. I'm not a huge fan of him, but
so is he the Rupert of Big Brother?
yeah, kind of in a way.
He's worse than Rupert.
No, fuck Rupert.
He's worse than Rupert. I'm telling you. You haven't seen all the seasons. Watch him play. He's worse than Rupert.
Fucking hate. No, I like Kaser was cool. At least when I've seen All Stars and the second All Stars, like I didn't mind Kaser, but dude, I'm not the biggest Rupert fan like at all.
So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I mean that's covered what? That's all the pre-jurors right there. It was Daniel, Nicole, and Mira. Like those people really just kind of were nasty and just not nasty physically. They were just nasty to Taylor, and it was not nice to see.
I don't think Amira was that bad. I think she just got like caught in good gameplay from the other side. Yeah. And then Pooch, I don't think he's a bad person either. I think he's
a dumb person.
He's just a dumb player, yeah. But like Daniel and Nicole and Paloma like all got exactly what like they deserved in my opinion.
So going into this, like we know about the twist coming up where they're gonna split off into two little sections, like two tribes, like Survivor does, have two HOHs, have 4 nominees, 2 vetoes. How do you feel about this twist?
So I honestly like it. I think it's a little bit, it's a lot, but it's not too over the top. Like Big Brother, like it's not Survivor. Expect the unexpected is the motto. So you have to throw some sort of twist at people when only like 2 people can be nominated. So like, I mean, this could change the whole game really, and this could cause like the breakup of the leftovers, which I've enjoyed the leftovers, but at this point, the game needs to be shaken up again.
Right.
So I think that is what could happen with this. And
the worst thing that can happen with this twist. So Indy is most likely to go home this week. So Terrence and Alyssa go home. That's like the worst thing that could happen with this twist.
with that, Terrence and Alyssa go home
Next week, yeah, at the
because
double.
it would be just another boring week, probably. Yeah.
So that could be the worst. That's the worst outcome that could happen. I'd like to see one side go, one leftover go, and then like a Terrence go home. I'm okay with that.
I think that's probably what will happen.
Mhm.
I think there'll be one like big kind of big threat that will go out this week, and then upon more like a Terrence, like with the twist, like that's probably what will happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I think will happen. I'm kind of interested to see it. Interested to see how it's gonna play out and everything like that because they've never done something like this before. I wonder if this is gonna overtake the double eviction.
Well, it will technically be a double eviction.
I get that. I
Yeah.
get that. I was just wondering if this is like they won't do another normal double eviction. I wonder if this is gonna be fully the new way they do it.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that this will be like the only one. Probably there won't be another one. So
yeah. So we'll see. So yeah, that's why I'm interested to see it, but I really don't want to see. I guess if we do lose Terrence and Indy or Terrence and Alyssa, at least we'll be able to see something the following week.
yeah.
The way I feel about it is, why do you want one of those? If I'm Michael, if I'm Joseph, if I'm any of those, I win HOH. I'm getting rid of a big threat if I can.
Yeah, I mean, it would be smart, but you know how people play now? They might be just thinking the big alliance just for a little bit longer and just get the Alyssas and Indies and Terrences and Jasmine's out before they turn against each
forgot
other.
about Jasmine.
Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of where I'm thinking with that, but I also think it would be smart for like one of the power players in the leftovers to go against another power player in the leftovers at this point.
How do you
Just
feel
because
about the
they would
twist
still
coming
have
up,
numbers
Amanda?
after that. Yeah, what'd you say?
Amanda, how do you feel about the twist that's coming next week?
About the house split twist?
Yeah.
I don't like it. You know I don't fucking like it. I hate this twist. I do not like a split cast twist. You know why? Let me explain why. My other people have heard me explain this before. Say me, you, Frank, and Noah. Okay, we're all on 4 people. Okay, say I was gonna get voted out first, and then Noah was gonna get voted out next. Okay, but instead split us and put me and Noah on one side and you and Frank on the other side, and now you and Frank are gonna go instead of me and Noah going next in line. I feel like it fucks the whole game up, which is fine. I guess that's like the point of it or whatever. But like, it fucks up the natural flow of people getting voted out, which in a sense changes the butterfly effect, which can change the winner of the game. So like, especially, I don't like it when Survivor. I especially don't like it when Survivor does it. I don't mind. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, Big Brother, so we'll see how it plays out. I'm open to it, but I don't like based off of Survivor. I don't like it for that reason, just because I think it fucks up the timing of the game.
See, I'm open to it. I'm open to see how it plays out. I'm not against the splitting of into half of tribes or anything like that. I just felt some wrath of it. Not my last game I played, so I understand it's not ideal for players, especially people who are in the power position. But what it is ideal for the fans, and hoping that some people that's not in the power positions get some power, and one of these power players go home. That's what they're trying to do. Shake up the game, give us some entertainment. Because if it stays status quo, it might be leftovers until at least 8, and then that's like 3 more weeks of doing nothing.
So I mean, it's like you said. I've said the motto of the show is expect the unexpected. You can't just have a steamroll. Like, if you want to make it a good season, you have to like throw a ball against the wall, like with something like this, I think. And I think it plays more in a Big Brother season than Survivor, because in Big Brother we could get one big alliance that is like very boring, whereas in Survivor, like anyone could go home on any given night. So I feel like Big Brother, you need the twist to like shake the game up more and disrupt like the power players. So I feel like it's kind of necessary. So I hope the people who have a say in this move like take advantage of it and don't just make a weak move.
Yeah,
As
hopefully.
much as I still like to see my favorite people still stay around. Yeah.
And worst comes to worst, 2 people go home that really don't have no chance to win, and it's just like we don't have to sit through another week of this person being on the block and being voted out. So either way, I feel like we win. So yeah, it's just I think the only people who have a chance to win is the leftovers, though. People that are in the leftovers.
I'll even say, like, I'll narrow it down. I'll say Michael, Joseph, Monty, Kyle, Taylor. I think that's it. That's 5. Yeah.
So you don't think Brittany or
Turner. I should have included Turner. Turner has a chance. I don't think Brittany has a good chance.
So I
Because
think
if Brittany
has
does
a
get to the
small
end,
chance.
it'll be with Michael. So I don't think she will win. But no, Turner definitely has a chance, though.
He's low key playing a little sneaky little game.
He's funny. I like. He's a genuinely good player.
I like him a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I love his
Me too.
Jasmine's confessionals.
Oh my
god, it's so funny.
The muffin thing.
Oh, that was so funny. When he just casually was sitting there and was like, and that's why I ate her muffin.
Oh,
so funny.
So funny. And she's like, who ate my muffin? Who did it? I love his
out.
I love anytime she falls at any competition, he's in the DR talking about it.
For sure. He loves annoying her.
Oh
so
man,
funny.
It makes you laugh. He's so funny.
Can you imagine a Turner win? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I don't think he will, but we'll see.
No, I don't think
he's got a chance, at least. Like,
he does have a chance.
Yeah, he does.
So we power ranked the players a couple days ago. It might have changed. It would have changed it like 1 or 2 people for me. No, I do now. So we're just gonna still go with what we went with originally. And tied for 10th and 11th place, we had Jasmine and Terence. And I think Indy deserves to be there since she's probably the one going home at this point. I don't think Jasmine needs to be there. I think she's better than Terence and Indy as a player. But these 2 disagree with me.
They're all bad. I mean, like, come on.
They are all bad. I think Indy is better than Jasmine. I don't care if Jasmine would have had a household. I still think Indy is better than Jasmine. Jasmine is a raven. She is straight up a raven.
Yeah.
Oh, before we forget,
she doesn't have a single strategic bone in her body.
I think that's Indy. I think Indy is Victoria. Indy is Victoria.
I don't think any of the 3 of them have a fucking strategic bone.
But okay, we forgot to talk about the last HOH when Terence wanted to save Daniel and he went to the camera.
That was so bad.
I told you I was gonna save my boy. And Daniel's like, it's your HOH. It's your HOH.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
It was so bad.
And then, oh man, that was just so funny. That made me
Daniel's exit speech was so good. It was so funny. So cut
he only he only hugged Terence on the way out and just ignored everyone else.
Oh, his exit interview, he's like, do you think you have some sort of blame for Nicole getting voted out? No, I didn't put her up. I was in the HOH. Dude, he told you what was going to happen.
Yeah, you did it anyway.
So we can agree, though, the bottom 3 are Indy, Jasmine, and Terence, though.
Yeah, Indy, Jasmine, Terence are the bottom 3.
Easily. It's not even...
Yeah.
So Indy got 9th on our power ranking. We can agree to that. So something I don't agree with is Brittany got 8th. I think she deserves to be 7th, but that's just my take.
Who's below
7th,
her?
but does that give her much of like a better chance of anything? I don't think
No.
so.
No.
I think she has a better chance than Alyssa. Alyssa's ahead of her at 7.
Ooh,
So
I
the
don't think
only
so. Alyssa at least has someone protecting her.
Brittany
yeah
has many
the
people protecting
way
her.
the way Brittany is making to the end is with Michael. That's the only way.
And Taylor.
Yeah, but she's not gonna be either of them. Like
I think she has a chance
No.
against Taylor.
Brittany got really lucky that she was on Michael's team because Michael won everything. She didn't have to do a damn thing. She hasn't had to do anything.
If they get to final 3, Michael, Taylor, and Brittany's guaranteed final 2. That's at least something.
I'll say
but you can say the
like
same thing with
Brittany.
you can say the same thing with Alyssa with Kyle. Kyle's got a final 2 with Kyle, and she's close. I think she's close with Brittany too.
So yeah, her and Michael, they're kind of like they like the idea of working with her and Kyle. But yeah, Alyssa 7th. To me, the leftovers aren't going to reward somebody that wasn't in the leftovers. That's just the way I feel about it.
Do you know who Alyssa reminds me of? Spot on is Danielle from season 14.
Danielle.
Oh shit.
Literally, that's Dan. Like Dan, like puppeted her around for however long. That is literally going to be Alyssa with Kyle.
I know.
Kyle's
I think.
Yeah,
but Dan was also married. Like that wasn't a showmance. Like thing.
It wasn't a showmance, but he controlled her like a puppet.
Yeah.
And that's exactly if Kyle. That's what frustrates me about Kyle is Kyle's got such a beautiful like in-game possibility. Like we've seen Big Brother people play this game with Dan, with Danielle, with Tyler, and Angela. Like he's got a perfect opportunity to take this girl, and Alyssa's dumber than a box of rocks. Like he can take this girl and make her vote however he wants, but he's not taking advantage of it. Like
Amanda,
he's so chaotic.
You just made a great point because Alyssa is dumber than a fucking box of rocks. So yeah,
she is, bro. She really like. I like Alyssa. She's a nice girl. She seems like a nice, genuine girl, but she's not smart.
Yeah, she doesn't know Big Brother either. Like.
I'll give you that. So at 6th place we have Kyle. I think he's far too low, but you guys aren't as high in him as I am.
No, well, I'm just.
No, I like Kyle.
I love Kyle. I think you're underestimating the showman's thing because I think that other people will. It's more of a reason to target someone than like someone not being loyal, where they've all pretty much been loyal to each other. So I feel like if like someone can take charge of that and throw Kyle under the bus for that he'll be in trouble. That's why I ranked him a little lower. I do think he's played possibly the best game so far, though.
I just think he's the best position. Well, going into this week, he was the best position, and I feel like he could still earn that title going into later the weeks, but
he doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know how to work it. That's why Kyle is so low.
He's been doing it all season.
He has, but not
Kyle.
like I feel like he like stumbles into these good positions. I feel like he doesn't make strategic moves to put himself in these positions.
No, he did. He was pretty much ahead of the leftovers, like starting.
Yeah. When Taylor's I didn't think that was Kyle that started
Kyle.
that.
It was Kyle was like the forefront of that.
He got the information from Alyssa.
He was the one that was. Oh yeah, that's true.
He got the information from Alyssa, and that's what created the leftovers. Was the information he got, and he went to them and told them, "Hey guys, we got to do something. This is what's going on."
He went to them with that information, but was he the one that started that alliance, or was it?
He started it. Yeah.
Okay.
Kyle's just the one who started the leftovers, and then he approached Michael and Brittany about doing a 4 with him and Alyssa. Like he's very active. He's probably the most active player in the game, but that's also what puts him in the bad spot is that he can't sit still.
That's my argument against him. I think he's eventually at like final 7 to final 5. He'll be too big of a threat, and that's what concerns me about him.
Yeah. You think the jury will be mad at him? You think the jury will be upset with him?
I think they respect how he's played.
Yeah, I think the only I think look, if he could get Joseph and Monty out in the next couple weeks, and then get Michael out before Michael gets him, like he wins the game. Those are the three obstacles I think. Is Michael, Joseph, and Monty. Everybody else, I don't think has a chance to get him. And I'm not saying that because they're men, just those are the ones that kind of have the friction and like things like that. So Kyle's at 6, and then we have a tie for 4th and 5th. We have Taylor and Turner. I think Turner should be higher than Taylor, personally, but
Me too.
because I
I
think
think Kyle should be above Taylor.
I mean, I think Taylor just has a great like underdog story, what she had to overcome early on, just being such a target. And then like I like Turner. I think he's played a good game, but I think he's gonna be seen as like sort of snaky at some point. So I think that could be his downfall. Whereas I think Taylor is more like the further like she was such a target early, but now that she's kind of overcame that, I think that people overlook her for that, and I think she's more of like a loyal, like a hero, like loyal type player than Turner. So that's what why I'd argue her over him. But it also like the thing with Big Brother, it all depends on who wins the comps. So like you have to be aligned with the people who win comps. So a lot of it comes down to that. So we'll see like what happens with that. But I just think I think Turner is a good player, but I think he could be seen as obviously snaky, like I said. And I think Taylor, if she gets overlooked and she gets closer to the end, people could see her early game, how like vulnerable she was, and reward that. So
I think she has a good story. I just think Turner is better positioned than her. That's all.
yeah,
I think
absolutely.
I think her potential showmance with Joseph is
Yeah,
more
worse.
hurting her game
That is
more than
not real.
Alyssa.
That
I
is
don't think
so
that-
pushed by
I don't think
production.
that's
That is
real
not
either.
real.
They've been
It's
kind of
not
doing it on the
BS.
feeds. They've been kind of like
Kyle
back
and
and forth on the
Alyssa's
feeds.
real. Joseph and Taylor's not real.
Yeah, but
No.
Taylor listens
You know what
to
they're
Joseph.
doing in the DR? They're in the DR saying, "Well, what do you think about Joseph? What do you think about Taylor?" And then they'll, they say it, and then they edit it to make it seem like so much better than what it
But
is.
the
I don't
thing
think
is,
that's real at all.
she tells everybody she has a little crush on him, and she
She had a
listens.
crush on Daniel. She wanted to
Yeah.
fuck Daniel, and he was trying to get her out of the house.
But she listens to Joseph, and that's not good for her game. Joseph is
This
actively
has been a bad HOH for her. Bad
because she's been
HOH
listening
for
to
her.
Joseph.
Because she doesn't, because she can't play her own game. That's why
She
I don't
would be
understand
fine if
America's
she wasn't with
obsession
Joseph.
with Taylor. I don't get the fans' obsession with Taylor. She's a bad player.
She's Nicole Anthony.
She is.
Taylor's cool.
She's a cool person.
She's likable, but she's a bad game player. It's the same thing with what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
With Alyssa, she's a nice girl, but she's dumb.
I wouldn't say Taylor's
a
dumb.
nice girl, but she's a bad game player. No, I don't think Taylor's dumb at all.
She's a better player than Alyssa.
How do you have HOH and your target changes 4 times based off of whoever tells you what at that moment in time? Like
she didn't handle her HOH very well, is what I'll say.
So
she hasn't handled the game well itself. I understand she had an unfair shake at the beginning, but
the second and third place we have another tie, and that's Joseph and Monty. To me, I think they're way too high. I think they're gonna be targeted in the next round or two, and one of them will be
pretty good so far by avoiding it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go home in this double. I think one of them is gonna go home.
Possibly.
If it is Monty, Joseph will be straight.
I like Monty.
I like both of them a lot. They both have played great games.
Monty is like Turner for me, where he's grown on me. I didn't like Monty at first, but he grew on me as time has gone.
My biggest issue with Joseph is he's doing everything right, but he's telling the leftovers everything he's doing, and which was making him actively a bigger target when he doesn't need to tell them.
He's loyal.
Is it making him a bigger target, or is it showing how loyal he is? That's what I was going to say, or show how loyal he is.
Bigger target because if the other side wins the HOH, guess who's not going up?
Yeah.
Not Joseph. And that's what's making him a bigger target, which he's supposed to do that, but not go tell everybody, hey, I'm cool with these people. So like, they're not going to target me. Like, you don't say that. Like, because then it's like you actively become a bigger target, because if somehow Jasmine wins another HOH, who's she going to target? She's not going to target Joseph. You have a better chance of targeting me now because you're not
Well, no,
targeting
because
Joseph.
Jasmine has a crush on Joseph too,
So
and she's married.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the point. That's why it's become a
Yeah.
bigger target on his back. Is because people like Joseph a lot. So
I hate watching I feel like I have this with Big Brother all the time. I watch Big Brother and I don't like any of the females. Like, all the females that they cast are like either
They're-
like influencers, or like there hasn't been a
They're-
good female player since probably Vanessa.
They're Amanda.
Nicole?
They're all like
Oh, Nicole.
they're
Yeah, I
all
haven't
either
watched that
like
season.
Instagram models, or they're like just not people that should
Tiffany
be
was
casted.
good.
Like,
Tiffany
I
was good.
know. Yeah, Tiffany was good, but even she
Her
like
biggest
hooking up
issue
with
was
Kylan, and
her biggest issue was
she's
they were
their
loyal
own
to the
game.
cookout. That's
Do
what
They were
you
on
that's
the
like-
cookout,
do you
which
guys
is
like
fine. It's
Claire?
boring.
Yeah, I liked Claire, but she was
I
dumb.
like Claire.
I
She didn't know what the hell
thought
was
she
going on.
was pretty good. I mean, 22. Obviously, that was All-Star season, but like I like that they brought Danielle back, and
But like, you can't put Claire on the same level as like Vanessa and like
oh,
the
fuck
Daniel
no.
Ryans of the world and
Fuck
stuff.
no.
Like, I just feel like Big Brother and the casting sense has really disappointed me with the and like this
For
season
the
is
woman,
no better.
yeah,
With the women, like
Yeah.
all the women we've talked about so far this season are like down for us. Like Jasmine and Indy and Alyssa. Like, none of them impress us. Like, there's no rising female this season, which I hate.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I feel like a male's kind of like destined to win this season, which is like
for sure.
That's like most Big Brother seasons.
Exactly. That's the problem.
So like with I mean, how many female winners has there been since like 10? Like, there's been like 4.
There's been
Jordan,
Rachel.
Rachel, Nicole,
Casey.
yeah,
Casey.
Yeah, Casey was
Yeah.
the winner.
So
That's it.
since for 14 years, there's only been 4
Yeah,
female
people
winners.
complain about like the Survivor lack of that, but it's way worse than Big
It's
Brother.
way worse than Big Brother.
Because we
Literally
have
way
like
worse than Big Brother.
we have the absolute queens of Survivor that have just
Yeah.
In the last 2 seasons,
dominated.
we've had 2 female winners in Survivor.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying
Yeah.
that. Even
Back
like
to
we
back.
had so many good female winners like before that even.
If we have another female winner, would that be the first? Would that be
3.
the first time it's 3 in a row?
I think
yeah,
so.
it would. Yeah, it would.
Wow,
That'd be crazy.
that would be crazy.
So at our top spot in the power rankings is Michael for all of us.
Obviously.
I think Michael is playing a really good game, but he's also one of the bigger targets on the board. I think
He's not gonna win.
Going to the final 3 with
Probably.
Taylor and Brittany and being able to win, like, he would win in both those scenarios. So
Yeah.
and he wants to keep Jasmine towards the end game, so if he can pull that off, that'd be another person that's doing nothing.
No, if these people are
That's a
playing
Derek
the
F
game
finish.
though, they have to target him at like final 7 or final 8. Like they have to,
The
or
problem,
they're screwed.
the
Yeah.
If
problem
he
is,
gets to like final 5, he's gonna win.
I think the problem is, like, once we get past this double round, we'll be able to see like a more clear path than where we think is going to go.
Yeah.
Because if Monty and Joseph, one of them goes out, that's huge. If just 2 people who go out that don't matter, like a Terence and a Jasmine, for example, like, then we really don't know what the path is going to be yet. So
I think Turner will go after Jasmine just for the simple fact that he fucking can't stand her.
or he'll go after her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turner-
Sure.
they're gonna get rid of the easy targets first, and then we'll see once like it's all leftovers left. We'll see like
I don't think it's
how
going to be
the
all
totem
leftovers
pole
left.
actually is.
I don't think it's going to happen.
That's
No,
what
but-
that's
no, they're
what Big Brother's
gonna
trying to avoid with the split house twist. They don't want the same, 6-person alliance to run the game.
One of the leftovers will go like before that, but I'm saying
Yeah.
once that all clears, it'll still be mostly leftovers. So like I'm interested to see who like takes control of the game after that.
Yeah.
Really.
This split house, I think it's going to be fun. What think about it? You could have a side. This could be a side. Terrence, Jasmine, Brittany, Alyssa, and Kyle.
Yeah.
And then the
So
other side,
Michael,
and then Michael could go on the other side with Joseph, Monty, Taylor, and Turner. What do you do there?
That'd be crazy. Yeah,
That'd
that'd
be,
be
that's
oh
crazy.
my
that
god,
could exact.
I love a house divided.
So like something like
Yeah.
that, something like what if Michael wins? Who's he gonna target then? He's gonna target Monty and Joseph. So it's like one of those things. Like when we see it divided, it's gonna be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Or if you take say you that same six, you have Terrence, Jasmine, Brittany, Alyssa. Instead of Kyle, you have Michael. And then what if Alyssa wins HOH? Is Michael gonna go home there? Like we don't know.
Oh,
So it's like one of those things is like
yeah.
it's there's so much that could happen next week with the split house.
Yeah.
But the worst thing that I think could happen, like the boringest thing that could happen, is if Jasmine and Terrence end up on one side and Alyssa ends up on the other side.
yeah,
And then it'll be Alyssa or Terrence and Terrence. Then I'll just be like, these two people had to go. So
I could see that happening though if they do end up on opposite sides, just because people want to play it safe some of the time. I mean, it wouldn't be the most exciting thing, but I could kind of see that happening.
Right.
I know. I feel like Kyle or Michael are gonna want to make a move if they can.
And they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they have an opportunity, they will try to vote one of them out.
Facts.
So, but yeah, overall, I think we enjoy this season. We're kind of glad that some of the nasty people are gone, so which helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving forward, we're eventually gonna get back to Big Brother 3. We're just waiting.
All caught up.
All caught up. Get all caught up on the next 2 evictions, and we'll go from there. I started playing the orgs again, so this is my second game. Then I'm gonna go back to retirement. I think it's too much.
Oh my god.
No, but I am playing the game right now, and then so is Hanson, and
I'm not. I took my break. I dropped.
I just gotta lag. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Amanda's the only one that's not playing out of the 3 of us.
Yeah,
So,
not right now. I'm taking a little bit of a family break, and I applied for a game. We'll see if I get
It's
casted.
healthy.
Yeah, it is.
Orgs are toxic, so
They can be for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, as much fun as they can be. Yeah,
I didn't get the result I wanted, so and I didn't make quite as deep as a run as I liked, but it is what it is.
Screwed. You got screwed by that split twist.
I actually did.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, we'll get back to Big Brother 3 here soon. We just wanted to give our thoughts on.
I'm taking forever to watch it.
And then we got Survivor 43 right around the corner too. So
yes, we do. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, hopefully it's another good season. I think 42 was awesome. So as long as we can get another 42, as long as we can get rid of the do or die, which we
won't. They will. If they don't, personally contacting
the hourglass.
The real facts.
The hourglass twist. And I think about it. If they took away those dumb twists, 42 might even be higher on my rankings.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's about does it for us. We enjoy it. We're hoping that it keeps coming up with twists and turns. I don't remember a season that had we haven't had a twist and turn season since I'd say 18 or 17 all the way through. So because 19 was straightforward, 20 was great until about the battle back, and then it was straightforward. You knew exactly what was going to happen. 21 had a decent end game, but it was the strong the first half of the game. 22 was
22 sucked.
22 might be like my last spot. And then 23 was good at the beginning, but then it just seemed so predictable. We knew exactly where it was going
Yeah.
to go. And Big Brother is hard to keep exciting towards the end game, and
It
I'm
is.
hoping this season has a chance to do it. Oh, I did not mention that Kyle tried to come up with a fake cookout thing. Did not look good, Kyle. Not a good look.
Oh yeah, that was not good.
No.
That was not good.
But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back with Big Brother 3 somewhat soonish. My game is a little more lax than Hanson's is, so we'll see how Hanson keeps doing in these challenges and things like that. But thank you guys for watching. If you liked what you listened, please give us a like, comment, subscribe to any of our podcast locations. We really appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.